Aladdin. Aladdin was a poor boy who lived in a small house just outside the city. He made his living by gathering sticks and selling them for kindling at the market. One day he loaded a bundle of sticks on his back and walked to the city. Amir, his pet mongoose, rode on his shoulder, looking alertly around him. There were many wondrous sights to see in the city. In the midst of the great bustling crowd in the marketplace that day, a voice suddenly cried out, make way, the Sultan's daughter, Princess Laia, is coming through." The princess rode on a splendid white horse, with her royal court around her. Aladdin pushed her to the front of the crowd to get a glimpse of her. She was beautiful. Amir saw her too, and began chatting so loudly that the princess turned and smiled at him and his master. Aladdin's heart filled with love for her. Standing in the crowd next to Aladdin was a clever magician named Rashid. He looked Aladdin up and down and remarked, "Young man, I could use your help. I will give you a gold coin if you do a simple task for me." Aladdin followed Rashid into the desert. They walked a long way until they came to a mountainous area. "Here," said Rashid, pointing to a small opening in the mountainside. "I cannot fit through the entrance to the cave, but I am sure that you can. Climb down into the cave and bring me the bronze lamp you find there, and hurry." Aladdin slid into the cave. There he found precious jewels and coins heaped in piles, and a lamp in the corner. He was about to hand it to the magician when Amir chatted loudly and jerked his sleeve. "Give it to me!" shrieked the magician, but Rashid was so angry that he wedged a heavy rock in the mouth of the cave, blocking the hole, and left it. Aladdin filled his pockets with as many precious stones as he could carry. Then, with the lamp on his lap, he sat down to ponder his plight. Amir ran round and round, looking for a way out. There was none. Aladdin began to weep. His tears rolled down into the lamp, but Aladdin rubbed them away. As he did, a huge genie in a cloud of green smoke appeared. "What is your desire, master?" "Your wish is my command," the genie thundered. Aladdin cried, "Get us out of here!" Had Aladdin spoken than he and Amir were outside the cave. He still clutched the bronze lamp. He felt in his pocket to make sure that he still had the precious jewels. Back home again, Aladdin felt hungry. He rubbed the lamp and asked the genie to bring him food. Immediately his table was spread with a feast fit for the Sultan, all served on fine plates and crockery. The food was delicious, but Aladdin could not eat much. His heart was aching for the Sultan's beautiful daughter, Laila. He asked the genie to dress him in royal clothes and give him a noble horse. Then Aladdin rode to the Sultan's palace. In a leather pouch he carried Amir and his precious stones from the desert cave. The Sultan's palace was huge and richly appointed. Aladdin trembled at the sight, but his love for the princess calmed him. "Sire," he said, kneeling before the Sultan, "I bring you these humble jewels and ask your daughter's hand in marriage." The Sultan had never before seen such rich jewels. He thought Aladdin must be the son of a powerful sultan from another country, so he agreed to give him Princess Laila as his wife. Laila was pleased that Aladdin had asked for her hand, for she thought him a kind and handsome. Aladdin and the princess were married, and the genie built them a palace even more beautiful than the Sultan's. Aladdin and the princess were happy there until the day Rashid learned about what had happened. The magician knew that the young husband had his magic lamp. He hurried to his shop and bought a dozen shiny bronze lamps one day. When Aladdin was not home, Rashid dressed as a peddler and brought the lamps to the palace. "New lamps for old," he whined, "new lamps for old." The princess remembered Aladdin's battered old lamp, thought of surprising him with a new one. The sly magician traded one of the shiny lamps for the magic ones. Soon he summoned the genie. "Build me a splendid palace in another city," Rashid commanded, "and bring me Princess Laila." It was done at once. Aladdin returned to his palace to find that his beloved wife was gone. Poor Aladdin! His heart was broken, but Amir slipped away and began to look for her. For many days the little mongoose searched. At last, hungry and exhausted, he came to Rashid's palace. There he found Princess Laila sobbing for Aladdin. When Amir crept into her lap, she kissed him and tied her silk hair ribbon around his neck. The brave little mongoose hurried back to his master. When Aladdin saw the scarf, he followed Amir to Rashid's palace. There, while the wicked magician was sleeping, they found the magic lamp and, in a wink, the genie spirited Aladdin, Princess Laia, and Amir back to their home. When the Sultan heard the story, he was very angry. He banished the evil Rashid, who was never heard from again. Aladdin and the beautiful Laia lived happily after that. They raised a large family, and the favorite playmates of their many children and grandchildren were several generations of mongoose, the offspring of the fateful Amir.